It's recording now, yeah? All right, bet. All right, yeah, let's give it a few more minutes, guys, and then we can start. Very nice. All right, 2 more minutes. Mm-hmm. All right, and then you guys got on that BTC trade earlier?
Not me.
Bro, oh, that's you. Oh, Mr. E Kicks, man. How, dude? I put that call up. I saw it like around at 12:30 last night, man. 12:30 last night, and I didn't go to sleep till like almost 3:30, bro. And again, man, I was like, shit. I kept thinking. I didn't think it was gonna hit. I'm like, damn, dude, it was had a little minor support there. I'm like, let me throw it out there just to see. All these guys are doing it, right? Like I'm more of a when I see something, I get on and I adjust, right? Again, TA, right? TA will let you do that. You can adjust as you go. A lot of these other guys don't do that. They set it up properly, and that's the best way to do it, believe it or not, because today was a perfect example. And I can't wait to go over that trade, man. That's the proper way to do it, right? You set your limit at a certain point. I set it exactly, man, exactly at a nice little strong demand that I saw hit previously, right? I was telling you guys, man, these things are repetitive. So the minute it hit, dude, like this is the first time that I didn't complain. You know how I'm like usually I'm like, fuck man, look man, it hit my stop loss and then it went and literally that one wick that literally touches the freaking, stop loss right there, will hit and it'll take me out of the trade. This time it worked in our favor, man. It was dropping, dropping, dropping. One wick, I think on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, boom, hit our entry. Yo, perfect entry, guys. And I mean, I'm so happy about that, dude, because it's hard to get those, man. It's really hard to get those. Um, it worked out beautifully, beautifully. It was the third bounce on that strong demand zone. We caught it at the very bottom while it was going down, which is hard. The very next candle went straight up, man. It wasn't even a drawback. I don't think that trade was down. I want to say more than 20%, 30%, if that at the beginning. I think like the first minute or two, it was down for like 15. I was like, oh shit, it's going to keep going down. And then the very next candle, boom, started going up, held support. From there, went up. So it was a good trade, man. It was a really good trade. I was really happy about that one, man. Really, really happy about that trade. But all right, man, that's it. Let's begin. So yeah, man, I wanted to show you guys a few cool tricks. Like I said, even a few basic indicators that you guys can start. Let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah, we see it.
All right, cool, cool. And again, guys, guys, I'm big on that interaction, man. So if you want to, speak while we're doing this, please just unmute yourselves, ask questions. Anything else? That's it. Let's rock. Damn, look at Bitcoin pushing as we speak. Hold on, guys. Give me one more second. Let me just do one thing real fast.
It's Asia bringing up the fire, bro. Asia is gonna make it pop.
All right, you guys can see the screen. Yes, let's begin. I want to show you guys this screen right here. What's this? ENS? Damn, ENS is pushing too. Wow, somebody said it earlier too. The ENS is pushing. Pushed yesterday. It fucking did beautifully. We got in here, got the instant rejection. I thought we were gonna get lower highs, and then look at that scoop that almost cup and handle. That happened. It was beautiful. So all right, guys, I want to show you guys the basic indicators that I think goes really, really, really well with, of course, strong support and resistance. I'm going to always preach to you guys that I want you guys to literally start with support and resistance. If you're new to trading, that should be your Bible for the next few months, few weeks, but it's to drill a good support and resistance, because I told you guys, if you can build that foundation, learning how to identify good support and resistance, everything else will come natural, right? Then you can add the indicators like I'm going to show you today. It'll be a bonus. Everything, the more things you add to that, again, it can be theories, from Elliott wave, anything, it'll just make you get better and better. But I'm telling you guys, the first thing at least I learned was support and resistance, and it's been the best thing, man, because as soon as I started adding these other indicators to it, my trading just got better and better. So let me start with stochastic. Let me show you guys real fast. All right. There we go. All right, guys, I'm going to turn off these other indicators, and again, I'll go over each and every one of them with you. If you guys, after this class, need any videos on them, I'll send you guys, just DM me, and I'll send you a few videos that I've looked at over the past few years that, gave me a better understanding on it. But this is my first one, man. Stochastic. And like I said, anything, with strong support and resistance that you can find and use with this indicator, it should be pretty effective. So first thing you want to do, like I said, is identify your strong support and resistance. Let me put this a little smaller. Let me draw some basic support and resistance anywhere on this chart. Like we have some, and I'll show you guys how it works. So right here we have resistance, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit 7 plays around on it, and then it works as a support right here. 7, 8, 9. Right? I always tell you guys, when you're looking for these things, the more touches you can get, especially almost like pinpoint, almost exact rejections at that point, the better. Right? You're gonna have this, right? Because it's crypto. It's never gonna be perfect exactly on that line. And look, when it did break, it kind of did almost use it as a support, right? So what happens when you have good resistance? It'll break, come back, retest, and play around that support area, or resistance, prior resistance, and then support. So beautiful, your nice strong resistance right there. I want to say let's say support is more like here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little bit 7, and then 7, and if I would have put it here, only put it 1, 2, I would have put it down here about 3. So that's pretty good right there. And then of course, once you do that, then you draw your demand zone, right? All right. So again, with a strong demand, strong resistance, strong support. As long as you're able to identify that, adding anything, any one of these indicators I'm going to show you guys should, always give you a nice little help, man. So the way the stochastic works is this. Let me show you guys now. The stochastic.
Hey, Kenny.
What's up?
I have a quick question for you. I noticed that when you're putting up those lines and stuff, the words are coming up already and stuff like that. Do you have that preset or something, or how do you do it? How do you make it come up with that?
What, these words right here?
Yes.
Oh, you just go to it. No, I write it myself. Yeah, look, you go to settings, text, and then right here you write.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had a preset where they were just like popping up already with the words and everything.
No, each one's, every time, like if I draw these lines on a daily, I like to, and again, I always forget to like just throw it in there because I try to just draw it out real fast. But it's good to label it, man, especially if you're doing these things on a bigger time frame, right? If you're looking at something on a weekly, and let's say you have a strong, downtrend, right? You're grabbing lower highs, then you want to make sure you label that line, certain colors, whatever, right? Like whatever, catches your eye more. That way, when you are trading and you see that it's coming next to that, let's say big yellow line, and right here you'll see words, it'll say weekly strong trend line down, right? So that way you know that, you got these things labeled, and if you have a strong weekly trend line, then most likely it might hit. Because again, bigger time frames just tend to confirm, trends or big changes, man. That's why I like to always look.
Right.
I'm a diehard day trader, but I'm always looking at bigger time frames for rejections and things like that. So, yeah, man. Yeah, manually
Right on.
each line. All right. All right. Now I want to change this time frame. All right. So here we go. All right, guys. So your stochastic RSI again. I love this indicator, especially for entries, man. Like it's one of my main go to for entries, for exits, for even trim points, right? Like again, you don't always have to trim it all the way, but if it's kind of letting you know that we're coming at resistance and we're getting a crossing coming down, you might want to think about either trimming or closing it all, right? But again, if you close it all, then that would kind of give you FOMO if you do see a run up. So this is why I love to trim before, and if the trade is going to close out, then let it close out on itself. Let that entry be its stop loss at, whenever you take profits, and let it close out itself. But that'll eliminate FOMO, right? So the way the stochastic works is your blue line is your main lead line. All right. What you look for, and again, guys, I'm not the best tech savvy guy where I'm going to give you guys exact definitions for these. Guys have Google if you want to know exactly what stochastic RSI means. Me, I put these things in front of me, man, and I make them work. Stochastic has been one of my top indicators, like again, for like almost 2.5 years, man. I started with the regular RSI, which I think everyone tends to start with. Same concept, right? You have your oversold, overbought is up here, oversold is on the bottom. Same concept as a regular RSI. But this one I think tends to be a lot more effective. I back tested both of these. I want to say about, what was it, like 2 months, and I'm telling you, stochastic just outperformed the regular RSI. Shit, man, like 100 to 1. So it's it right here. All right. So again, the way this one works is that blue line is your main lead line. Right, what are you looking for is for crossings, right? That's what I look for. I look for these crossings. They kind of look like a little X. You'll have it right here, right here. Hold on, let me get this on a bigger screen. You have it right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. All right. Say that should again, as long as those crossings are pretty, I want to say, clean like this. And again, this is something that I'm telling you guys from experience, right? This is something I teach to my students. I take my one-on-ones. This, when I'm telling you about these lines being clean like this, you won't see it in these videos, right? I've looked at 5 different videos of stochastic. None of them mention that. And this is just something that I've noticed, and again, this is why I tell you guys, when you take these indicators, play with them, play with them for a while, get used to them, because you'll see maybe something that I won't, that I've never seen, and you'll be like, hey, Kenny, when it crosses up here at this certain level and then you get another crossing, boom, you get a nice run, right? Like we all look at this indicator different. But again, this is the way I've used it the past few years that has been really effective for me. And it's this, man, it's these crossings, right? You have your crossing on the bottom. Like I said, as long as these lines stay nice and clean, parallel, you tend to get a nice little run up with it. Right here, if you follow that crossing, it would be right here, your entry. That crossing didn't cross back down until right here, exit, entry, exit, right? And again, I'll put the lines up for you guys right now. Your downtrend, again, that's your uptrend, right? As long as you get nice, parallel lines, you should get a nice little performance with it. Now, your downtrend, same exact thing. As long as this blue line crosses that orange, there's your downtrend, right? And again, even from here, if you follow it, line it up, this is your entry on that candle. Boom, crossed again right here. This was your indication, another uptrend is coming. Maybe you should either take profits or trim, like I said, right? And again, if it's nice and clean and parallel like this, tend to get a nice performance. When it's squiggly like this, you get sideways. And this is what I mean, right? Like, it's not always gonna be up here and come down all the way here and you're gonna see a drop with it. Sometimes it's, letting you know, like I think I've mentioned this before, where on the MACD, which is gonna be the next indicator I go over, if you see it forming a downtrend, but your candles are not breaking past support levels, then you're waiting for that downtrend to switch to an uptrend, because when it does, it tends to run up really, really nice. And again, those are things that I've just seen over the past few years from experience. Every time I see that we have a downtrend on any one of these indicators, right? Like, again, look, this is supposed to be a strong downtrend here. Didn't really go down. It stood, and I guess that would probably come into play, the whole bullish and bearish diversion, which that's for another class. I think Astro is going to touch up on that next time he comes. So I believe it's Astro. Again, if not, I'll have somebody come and touch on that as well. But that's something really effective to learn too, is your bullish and bearish divergence. And that plays with, things like this, momentum indicators, oscillators that you can play into it. But again, guys, whenever you see that you have a downtrend, right? This is supposed to be, your downtrend. And again, it's not the cleanest lines. It's holding. It's not breaking support. Boom, higher highs, right? That was the, the peak. Gave us higher highs, right? So that's it going up, And if you put your lines, here we go. Put your lines, there's your uptrend, right? Lower, higher lows, higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. So, well, again, just keep that in mind. Whenever you see a downtrend, or one of these indicators painting you a downtrend that is not pushing past strong support levels, wait for that shit to turn, man. Because look, this is when it turned, right? Look at that entry. And again, I want to put these lines up so you can see it. Bam. Gold is always going to be our entry, right? Boom. Entry, right? You had your downtrend that started about here. It broke support not much, right? Like, again, this is our strong base. If we see something like this, we want to see all of this. It didn't give us that much. But once it switched to that uptrend, boom, we got in here on a strong support base, right? Entry, strong support base. That's 2 for 2 right there. You have a strong bounce on your support line, and you have a crossing. Boom. Performance. Performance. See? So I'm telling you, it's a beauty of an indicator, but you have to be able to identify your resistance and your support. Because again, look, it's an indicator that gives you a lot of crossings. It's a very sensitive, I want to say, indicator. Catches it pretty well, to be honest. It really does catch these crossings pretty well. But I've noticed that when I really see it next to a resistance or support, wow. Like, some of the results I've gotten on these things have been just amazing. So stochastic, guys, learn it, stick to it, practice with it. And again, anything, let me just start off with this, even this, right? Whatever I'm teaching you guys, don't think that, all right, well, shit, Kenny taught me the stochastic. I've been using this shit for 2 to 3 years, right? Don't think that just after this class, you're going to see a crossing next to support and you're going to go full porting and it's going to work out 100%, right? Nothing, nothing I'm going to teach you guys or anything in Discord or TradingView is 100%. Right? I've had times where it happens, right? Where it bounces right here, crossing, and then, oh shit, it just came down and hit stop loss, it's part of it. But I want to say more than positive, man. More than, I want to say, if I did it 10 times, shit, and 7 out of 8 times, it's pretty effective, right? So again, learn that. I'll send you guys, if you guys are really interested in this indicator, any videos that I've used over the past few years, I'll DM it to you guys so you guys can check it out. Now, another thing to know about your stochastic, right? We know our crossings from the top is a downtrend, and again, it doesn't have to be all the way up here, right? We have one right here that broke that strong trend line support, right? It was a strong trend support. It broke it. Look at the results of that breakout, right? You get your breakouts from the bottom too. Boom. Right here was your entry on this. Let me get this entry line, crossing. So it could have been here, or even, hey, let's say you even caught it down here, right? That's okay. You're not going to always jump on the first crossing. You can still get it a little 1 or 2 candles after that, but then after that, you're pushing it, right? So you have your crossing midway, right? Right here in the mid, get in, and on top of that, you have a break, right? You have a strong support trend line break. 2 for 2, again, crossing, get in, shorts, performs. So it works, guys. It works really well, but you have to, like I always tell you guys, identify your trend, right? Right here, have our resistance. And again, this is one indicator. The reason I preach this one a lot is because this is one indicator that helped me with my shorts. For those of you that are, still new again, that, may not be too comfortable playing the downside, right? Like, not everybody, I think everybody, when they start, everybody wants to long, even on options and crypto. It's everything is long, right? Pretty much everybody leans towards that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is one of these indicators that when I started using with resistance, it helped my short game. If not, I don't want to say better than my long, but it really juiced up, the experience in playing shorts, and it shook away that scaredness. Because that's the thing. I think a lot of people tend to stay away from shorts because they get scared that it's just gonna, blast right up. But it can happen either way, right? You can, long something here and then get the biggest drop, of your life. So, it's one of these indicators that, with a good resistance will help you guys get better and better at your short game. And it's just that, like I said, identifying it right here. We have a crossing on this one right here, right? We identified our resistance. We got an entry at the top of this green, Boom, came in, hit, performance, right? Entry up here, exit down here, and it's showing you, look, that when it gets down to this base, mind you, we already have our strong demand zone. Well, there's our crossing telling us that, hey, it's probably time for this to go back up, right? What goes down must come up eventually, you know, especially after a nasty drop like this. This was almost pretty much what happened with our BTC. And again, I'll go over that after this class. But it was that. It was a nasty drop. I had a nice crossing from the bottom on the hour chart in a demand zone. I was like, oh shit, man. And you know, I didn't expect it to even look like that because I put it the night before. I just saw a strong demand zone. But when I looked at it this morning, the stochastic was down there. I was like, oh man, if I get a crossing on that in, you know, and it hits that limit entry, it's going to be a beautiful play. And, you know, worked out to the T. So again, I'll go over that a little later. But stochastic, these crossings are it, guys. Again, with a strong resistance or a strong support. Now, keep in mind that there's certain traders that only use this indicator not for the crossings, right? Like I mainly use this indicator for the crossings, meaning that I know if I get a crossing from up here on a long, right? If I was to grab this long entry, I know it's risky, you know, because I know exactly what this means. Up here, it means that it's overbought. So that means that if I'm buying a long here, excuse me, and it doesn't perform, I know that I can catch the very brunt of a downtrend, right? Because it's in the overbought area, and you know what goes up must come down eventually, right? So if it doesn't play out, right? If this crossing doesn't play out, which again this one you know did beautifully, then I'm buying, and it's happened to me, you know, then I'm getting the real brunt of a downtrend, you know, and you can tell, right? Like look, we have two crossings right up here, right? We just put a nice little line right here. It almost looks like a double top at a strong resistance, man. So this is a beautiful, beautiful entry right here on this crossing for it to go down, you know, to get your shorts. But again, guys, I like it for the crossings, man. I know, and those are the ones that you'll see me be like, hey guys, risky trade, right? Is because of this, because I'm still getting a crossing on a nice strong support, you know, or close to it, but it's in that overbought area, man, and it might not give me much, right? It might just give us, and those, you know, these are your quick scalps, right? That'll give you like about 50, you know, 60, whatever percent, whatever the market decides to give you, but then it comes back down, you know, faster or further than where you bought it, and this is why those entries, those stop loss at entries are so crucial, man. You know, they've gotten me out of a lot of jams. I think I've posted one for you guys the other day, right? I was like, look, you know, thank goodness for this trade, right? Like, guys, look, you know, it hit stop loss at entry, and I'm showing you guys where it was at, you know, hours later, and it was down here. It would have been like a negative 190, 180. You know, so those stop loss at entries, guys, it's crucial, man. I preach on it for a reason. It works. You know, it's gotten me out of a lot of jams. All right. So again, just a quick recap of the stochastics. I look for my crossings, of course, safer trades. I want my longs to be down here because it's your oversold area, meaning that it's been sold that, you know, again, what goes down must come up eventually, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to, guys, just because it's down here. I've seen these things stay down here for hours and days. And days just flatline down here, and the thing just keeps going down and down and down and down, and then it finally decides to poke its little head, and you'll see this, right? You'll see a nice little crossing, then it starts to gradually go up from there. So, you know, keep that in mind. And again, just know that these are your overbought and oversold areas, right? That if you are getting along from up here, you know, be prepared that you might get that, you know, brunt of that freaking downtrend that just happens to switch because you're buying it at resistance. You're buying it over, you know, oversold. What goes up must come down, right? So you can get this. It's happened to me plenty of times, right? Risky trades, you know, those are your 1%ers that you're just trying to try a theory out, you know, not something that you're really risking your portfolio, right? Because again, look at your risk to reward. This is where your stop loss would be. You know, it's a strong demand. You want it right under your demand zone, right? So it's going to be up here. That's a big drop, you know, and then again, look, it even comes down and hits it at that, right? So play it safe, guys. Play it safe. Look at your indicators. You know, ones like this one will show you a lot. Once the more you start using it, the more you get, you know, comfortable with it, you start drawing your lines and identifying these things, and you're going to see that they tend to really work a lot, man. If you try to grab only, mind you, again, you're going to see a lot of crossings, right? Grab the ones that you really see work, you know, the ones that really look at this nasty, nasty drop, right? The very next candle gave us that crossing. Boom. Perform. So yeah, so that's it, guys. That's your stochastic. Any questions on that one so far? If not, we'll move on to the next indicator one last time. Any questions on that indicator before I go to the next one?
Never put 100K on the stochastic.
Yeah, dude, don't go full point in the stochastic. Remember, I've been back testing this one for again 2 years, right? I've even given it to one of my students, right? I was teaching them how to use the stochastic, and I mean, excuse me, the MACD, right? And this is why I tell you guys that everybody just uses these things different. He's been trading for about 8-9 years. So after my class was done, you know, he tells me, Kenny, wow, man, the way you explain the MACD is the first time I've ever heard it, and I've been using it for 6-7 years, you know, and I've never really looked at the MACD that way. So that shows you, man, that, you know, we can all use it. All 20 of us right now in this chat can be using the MACD, but we're all looking at it different, right? Some people are using it for the crossings. Some people are using it for, you know, the MACD histogram for momentum. Others are looking at it for the bullish and bearish diversions. Same with this indicator. You know, this one paints a lot. It tells me a lot because I know when I have nice clean lines, I tend to see nice performance. I know when it gives me this shitty, you know, squiggly lines, I tend to see sideways action, right? I know that when it keeps rejecting, right, at 2 points, here's your double top, right? Well, if you have it almost right here, right, if you also put a resistance line right here, boom, and they both come to it like that, then, you know, you tend to see perform. Like, these are things that the more you use, the more you're going to identify different things, right? So this is one that it's one of these indicators where it's worth your time, right? I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna point you guys to that any indicators that it's not worth your time. You know, it's a waste of time, right? This is not one of them, man. This is one of these indicators that if you guys really put your effort and time into it and really play with it, it's gonna show you some amazing things. It has for me, you know. So yeah, guys, that's the stochastic. All right. And, if I don't have any more questions on this, then I'm gonna move over to the next one.
Kenny.
Cool, cool. All right, let's rock. All right, so let me still leave it out here. I'm still gonna leave it out here for you guys, and then I'll just throw in the MACD. And this is your mag again. Oh, real quick before I even do that. And this indicator script is it's in our channel, right? It's in our indicator script channel. I think it's at the very top. So let me go over this one real fast for you guys. This is actually a script that one of my students gave me after I taught him how to use the stochastic RSI, right? It's exactly it. Now, I'm big on any indicators that show me color or something that just really tells me, okay, I'm in a downtrend. Okay, I'm in an uptrend. You know, we know that when we have our crossing, right, from the top where your blue cuts into the orange and it gives you, you know, a little downpour, it's your downtrend, right? This indicator paints it red for you when it's on a downtrend. Right? We know that when we have a crossing from the bottom, your blue cuts into the orange from the bottom, it's an uptrend. Well, this one paints it for you. And I've back tested this one with this indicator. It's about 98% accurate on each of the crossings. The reason I used to love, and I still love this one, and I still use it to this day, is because with this one, whenever I was in a position, I would have to do this, right? I would have to like zoom into it because, you know, I don't know if it crossed. And, oh, right here, you know, it crossed to an uptrend. Nope, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend again. You know, it would be a pain in the ass, right? So when I added this one, it cleared it for me, right? It's showing me right here. There's my uptrend. Okay, crossed to a downtrend, small uptrend again, downtrend, uptrend. Boom, lined up almost, if not exact, perfectly. Because again, guys, this is the same indicator, and this is why I highly recommend you guys to use TradingView, because you'll have indicators like this, right? Like when you guys find your base indicator that you love between the MACD or the Bollinger Bands or the stochastic or the EMAs, you have things like this that make it better, right? You have people that load up their personal script. Mind you, somebody loves the stochastic so much that he went and made this. Crystal Lander, can you mute yourself, please, brother? You know, you have guys that'll make these that make these personally, man. You know, they upload these scripts. Like if I give you guys this to type out, you won't be able to add it because it's this guy's personal script. So you guys actually have to go in there and add it in the favorites because, you know, the guy has it locked down like that. And again, I've given it to all my students. They love it, man. Like they really do love it. if you hit the indicator, you'll see the description of all of this. I think this is just supposed to be momentum right here. The red, it's like a clouds where it shows you if it's red like this is downward momentum. And if you kind of line it up from like here to where it started right here, there is your downtrend. So, it's supposed to work like that. Your blue obviously is your uptrend momentum. I don't really use that at all. I just really use it more for this. Even down here, it has like almost a histogram. I don't use that at all. But again, if you guys want to play with it, you go to the description, you read exactly what those mean, and the guy tells you exactly what they mean. I just use this indicator for this, man, for these crossings to let me know, oh shit, dude, we crossed up here, we're in a downtrend, it's red. Yep, it's a downtrend. That's it. All right, so that one is in.
That's all I need. That's all I need to know, man. Let's go.
Oh, dude, yo, you guys, I'm telling you, dude, this indicator is so badass, man. And the way I've always had it set up is like this, man. I usually have just both of them. I have one of them super small because I still love this one, man. I'm a creature of habit. I'm so used to using this one that I just feel like I have to have it on my screen at all times. But this is the one I kind of mainly look at anyway. So, all right, so it's there for you guys. Here, let's start going over to the next indicator, which is the MACD. Where are you, sweetheart? Okay.
I think it's a lot of don't get so technical analysis on things. When you preach it like that, it's 100 times better, bro. Hands down.
Oh, dude, one of the things I hate the most, brother, is when people try to complicate these things, man. Like trading can be so hard if you really make it like that. Like I've seen people make this thing out to be, one of those Mission Impossible things that you're trying to break a code, and God, man, it's impossible to break. No, man. I've seen a lot of successful traders simplify these things, man. Honestly.
Yep.
All right, boys and girls. So let's move over to the MACD. Let me open this up. Another one of my favorite indicators of all time, guys. And the beauty of the MACD is that it almost has the exact same concept as your stochastic, right? Where what I look for in my MACD is these crossings. My blue line, same thing as my main lead line. And again, you can change this for however you guys want. That's the beauty of TradingView, right? You can customize the looks and everything. I never had the time. I finally did this. I've been dying to get these candles to look like, our server, right? So I finally did the candle colors, to do it. This is going to get there eventually. But again, you can customize this however you want. MACD.
Vibes.
Huh? The vibes, right? The vibes. I'm telling you, man. Yo, guys. Oh, man. I just ordered some shirts, too. I want to show you guys when it comes. I'm going to put them on. And you guys let me know if they look hot. And if they do, then we'll put out some shirts for all of you guys, man. Win prizes and things like that. A lot of big things coming, guys. A lot of big things, man. Super excited. But here, let's do this. So MACD, guys, same exact concept. Your blue line is your main lead line, right? What I look for my longs, I look for my crossings. Love my crossings, especially coming from down here, right? So just like our stochastic, and this is why I'm leaving it up here. We have our oversold area, right? That is showing us that this has been coming down for a while, right? Oversold. It's been down here for a really long time. It's time for people to buy. I kind of look at these levels the same on your MACD, although they're not there, right? They're not there. There's no lines. But again, if you really wanted to, you can always make your lines, right? You can always put, hey, that's my overbought, and hey, this is my oversold. Same exact concept, right? But yeah, you can do that later. The lower this is, the better. I think always, especially when you finally get your crossing, right? The blue cuts into the orange. This in the middle is called the MACD histogram. Works almost like a wave where once it crosses, you have your strong green histogram. Strong green histogram is your strong uptrend, right? Light green is your strong uptrend dying down. So that's your uptrend going up. Your uptrend is dying down. Picks back up, dies down, picks back up. Hence, higher lows, right? Even lower highs. All right. Vice versa, yeah. All right. So, beautiful indicator for telling trends, man. Like again, one of my favorite. I'm old school, and if you look up your scripts in TradingView, you'll see that if you just type in MACD, you'll see like, oh my God, man, more than 100 different types of MACD where you can mix this in with Bollinger Bands. You could have it mixed in with the RSI already. You could have it mixed in with TTM squeeze, like just an endless library of indicators. This is why, again, I preach on TradingView, and I think Twisted Churro, my brother, man, I think he's trying to get you guys a discount on that. He's trying to get us affiliated program as we speak with TradingView. So if that can happen and we get signed on with TradingView, guys, I think that'll be super dope because it'll save all of us money, and I'm all about that. You know, I'm paying like almost 30 a month. If I can knock down 20-30% off of that, that would be a blessing, you know. But again, that's also in the works. But the MACD, guys, down, you know, this is what I look for, man. I look for these nice crossings with my nice strong histogram showing me that it's maybe gonna start coming up from here, right? And again, even if you bought this crossing right here, this is your entry here. Let me get that. Where is it? The other line. Where's that vertical line? Right here. Your entry was right here. You know, you had 3 hours of it performing, right? That's a pretty good entry right here. Boom, you had it all the way up to here. So just off of the, you know, the MACD crossing right here and all the way down. And again, if you held it, right, it's showing you that, you know, again, it's always not going to just be green, 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 green like we wanted to. I love, you know, when we get on the long and it just goes up, right? But that's not the reality, right? You're going to find your resistance points. You're going to see people taking, you know, their profits, and you're going to see nasty sell-offs. But even as nasty as this sell-off is, it still gave us higher, you know, higher lows. I mean, higher highs, right? Higher, you know, there's your high, there's your high. Lower high is even too, right? So it still gives you that uptrend, right? You know, this is what the MACD shows you. Like even your lines right here, they're telling you, well, they're all the way down here that, yeah, we're in the overbought area, right? When we cross the middle, it's supposed to be, you know, better, showing you that your uptrend is picking up pretty strong, right? Because even if it's all the way up here, you know, again, we still had higher highs on this. So, but that's risky, right? That's risky. You buying it up here because what goes up must come down. And that's, to me, is one of my biggest issues, guys. I want you guys to pay attention to this because I still do this to this day. Sometimes I catch it late and I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have bought this yet. Now I got to just sit and wait and see if we could get out of a jam, right? So again, when you're looking for your longs, you want your MACD lines to be nice and low, give you a nice crossing. Boom, even on this crossing right here, strong histogram still. Where's the entry right here? Boom, performance. Right? Went all the way to resistance from that crossing, from here to there. Okay? Same thing for your downtrends, right? Blue line cuts the orange from the top. Now you have your histogram bars coming from the bottom. Strong red is your strong downtrend. Light pink is strong downtrend dying down, right? Picks back up, dies down. Now, just because something dies down and looks like it's, you know, pretty much dead, doesn't always mean that it's going to die off, guys. I've seen this happen a lot of times. And again, if you look right here, you'll see it, that it's not always as clean as, oh, look, you have a downtrend, and hey, you got strong, you know, downtrend, and oh man, that's it, it's done. You know, it's dying down and switches to right over to an uptrend. These are rare. It's rare when it's this clean and this easy. You know, a lot of the times is this, right? It's your strong downtrend. Okay, it's dying down, but look, that one strong candle made it pick back up, and all right, you know, we think it's done, and boom, big, right? All of this was your downtrend showing that it's not done, that it's still here, and look how low your lines went, right? So always keep that in mind, that just because something looks like it's going to die down doesn't always mean it's dead. You know, but if it does, it's sweet, right? Because if you are long in this, you kind of want to grab it when it's dying down because it'll give you a lower entry, you know? And that's where the stochastic comes in. This is why I want to show you guys the stochastic as well, right? So a reason I love the stochastic more, for entries at least, and again, mind you, these two work hand in hand with me. You know, I use them both very religiously, man. Like when I look for my crossings from here, I want to make sure that my crossings are down here too. You know, when you get both of them lined up, full port. Just kidding. No, don't full port. Listen, that is another rare thing, and I don't think I'm going to be able to find it here, but if you guys ever see this, right, if you ever see a crossing on your stochastic, line up exactly with a crossing down here on your MACD. I'm giving you the okay because I've seen it work 9 out of fucking 10 times. It go up. Like, I shit you not, 9 out of 10 times, whenever I was able to identify both crossings on a big time frame like this, like on like an hour, I think on a 4 hour, they both crossed at the exact same time. I've seen fucking massive, nice green candles like this, big body candles, and the beginning of a nice uptrend that maybe even got up to here, and then whatever came down, but still, And again, it's hard to get them because look, this is your crossing here, this is your crossing down here, right? They almost never line up. This is your crossing up here, this is your crossing down here for it. You know, the MACD is a little delayed, which is why I don't use this one for entries. I use it more to identify my trend. If I know what kind of trend I'm in, then I know what to look for, right? If I know that we're in a strong downtrend, then I'm looking for my crossings coming up from here. You know, if I'm in a strong uptrend, right, then I'm looking for my crossings on my stochastic, which gives me better entries on anything down here, the middle, or the top, as long as it's riding trend. Okay, so MACD, again, works hand in hand with this beautifully. If you guys ever get those crossings that line up, try it, man. And if you try it and you're successful, make sure you tag me and DM me or whatever and be like, damn, shit, Kenny, you were right. Because I'm telling you, I've seen it happen, I want to say 9 out of 10 times. And again, I would never tell you guys to full port, man. That's not the way I do it. Even if I see that, I'm not stupid enough to full port because I know with my luck, it'll be that one day that it's like, oh shit, it doesn't work. Boom, you know, and it'll go down. So it's not worth it. But if you see it, like, take your chance with it, man. I put 20% on that trade, and it's given me almost 100%, if not more. So look for that, man. Look for that. If you get it, you know, let me know how it works out for you. All right. So the MACD again, trend, you know, indicator. Crossings from down here is what I look for my longs. The same for my shorts, right? I'm always going to show you guys both ways, man. I want you guys to get comfortable with trading both ways always. There's your trend right there, break. Here's your resistance. Watch this. Right, you have about some resistance about, I want to say right there. Bam, 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 right? Okay, the same goes for your MACD, right? The higher it is up here, the better of this, you know, a better chance of this happening where you get a nice entry on a strong downtrend that tends to perform, right? Why? Because your lines are all the way up here. So mind you, this is where this downtrend started, right? And if I was to put the lines, hold on, I don't want to get this too ugly for you guys. I'm not even on this trade. Why I got these lines right now? Hold on. All right, so get this one out the way for right now. Yes, delete. And I want to show you guys the lower highs. Bam, there it goes. Right? 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? And I'm assuming that after it broke, yeah, look. Look at that, right? Clean downtrend, right? Identified downtrend. Right? If I also extend this line a little further so you can see it. Breaks here, enter along, that you're up from there all the way to here. And if you start drawing out your long, you know, your uptrend, right? There's your beginning of your higher lows. Higher lows, higher lows. Guys, learn how to identify trends. I'm telling you guys, man, it makes trading that much fucking easier. Like, as soon as I started noticing that the better I identify these trends, the better my trades get. Like, fuck, man, they've gotten that much better. Like, I'm going to preach it to you guys until you get it. Like, learn how to identify trends. Learn how to identify your resistance and your support. It'll make your trading so much easier. And then again, you can add all of this with it, which it's just a plus, you know. The more you add, some people don't use it. And, you know, to each his own, right? I've seen great traders that don't need anything. I like it. I love it. It makes my trading, I think, a little easier and better. So this is why you're always going to see me add these things, right? So yeah, guys, that's it. Your MACD, again, your downtrend from up here. You know, it's your oversold area. This is where you kind of want it. If you're longing anything up here, then you're asking for trouble. Will it perform? It can, right? It can, because even if you bought it up here, right? Let's say you got, you know, a little greedy, and that's all right. Whatever happens, you know, you saw this running up, and you're like, oh shit, man, this is probably gonna go up to here. Again, you know, still risky because it's just a big run up, but you caught the brunt of a downtrend, right? You know, in this situation, you're here, you know, you see this nasty drop. However, if you see that you're following trend, that's what kind of saves you in this trade, right? Even though you bought it all the way up here, but all of this still helped you because it gave you higher highs and you're out, right? This is why it's good to identify trends, man. Even on mistakes, I'm not the best entry guys. The entry guy, you know that, right? Like, a lot of my entries is this, man, where I'll get up here because I get too excited, but my TA saves us, right? A proper DCA, holding on to ones like, was it this one yesterday? Yeah, ENS. You know, I bought it at the top, right? It went down for hours. It was down like anywhere from 30 to 70, 60% the whole time, like literally for hours. But again, I saw a strong support. it wasn't breaking that support. And if anything, we had our stop loss. Look at the stop loss I put. I think it was like 12.66 or something like that. It was right below the demand zone. So that's it. If it would have broke, we would have caught it, right? You know, eliminate some of that headache, the bleeding, but it didn't. It went nowhere near our stop loss. It held, boom, rocketed. Gave us 80, almost 100%. So knowing TA can save you from these headaches, guys. And knowing things like this, like your indicator lines, knowing that if they're all showing overbought, then it's risky, right? Like if at this point you're seeing all this running up, oversold, right? It's showing you that shit, man. This has just really been pushed up a while, right? Boom, you identify you have a strong resistance. You know what? Let's short this. Bam, nice drop, right? And you had your crossing right here. So even if you got in a little bit late, right? This is a whole hour candle. You could have got in anywhere in here when you see that crossing, right? You look down. It's showing you that your strong uptrend is not strong anymore, that it's dying down. These stochastic crossings will always give you earlier entries. And here, let me give you guys one more example, and then we'll move on to the next one. Here, right, we have a strong demand. We have a nasty drop. We want to long this, right? We're looking for a strong, bounce. We get our crossing, right? Hold on, let me show you guys. There, and where is this line? Right here, right? Right, so look, right here we're seeing all of this, right? And again, we could have used the other indicator to make sure, let us know exactly what this is doing, but we'll zoom in like this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. So look, we even had it, I think, right here, right? Showing us right here. Now, mind you, this is why I like to use both of these indicators because, again, I say they work hand in hand, right? Not only do they work both great with a nice, strong support or resistance, but they work great together in general. As far as if I have a crossing and it's showing me a strong downtrend, I'm not getting in on this trade because for all I know, it can still continue going down, especially if my MACD is showing me that my trend is going down, right? Like a strong red is a strong downtrend. Even though it's down here, in my oversold area, doesn't mean that it can't stay down here. Like I told you guys, right? It could stay down here for days, for hours, and still continue giving you downward, right? However, I see the crossing starting to show life, right? This one right here. I look down, still seeing red. I'm not getting in this. When I see that the MACD is starting to die down and I still have my crossing, that's what perks up my ears, and especially in a nice bounce like this from showing me that it's recovering, right? It's not breaking that strong support or demand. It's holding, right? Even the next candle, it wasn't another red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reds. Even the next one, it wasn't the strongest green either. It was, it gave us the wick all the way up to here, but it still held this demand zone, right? Your lines are starting to perk up. Boom, now your downtrend, your strong downtrend is starting to die down. This is what I look for, because even if you got this entry on this, performance, right? Right here would have hit stop loss at entry after trimming and still would have went up. See? But still, performance. So I'm telling you, find your strategies. When I preach to you guys in these chats, I don't mean to be an asshole, right? Like I really want you guys to get this. When I say find your strategy, I mean it, right? Again, I'm going to show you guys 5 different indicators. Doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. I'm showing you guys what works for me, right? But that doesn't mean that you guys can't find any other indicators that you can add that maybe gets you better entries than what I'm showing you, Like it's my whole idea for this class is just to open you guys up to different indicators because I'm showing you what these indicators have done for me, and it has come with hours and days of back testing, right? Like hours and hours and days of back testing. So know that, whatever I'm showing you, like, take the time, right? Take the time to learn them, use them. Again, you don't have to go full porting these things when you're in test mode, right? When you're in test mode, I like you guys. I don't care if you have $100 in your account. I don't care if you have 100,000 in your account. Use $5, test it out. Oh shit, Kenny said if I have a strong crossing in a demand zone like this and that MACD is dying down, showing me that downtrend might be over and switch over to an uptrend, you know what, let's give it a try. Let me put $5 and see if he's right, see what percentage you get, and once you start to see him better and you're seeing that your trading is becoming now, if you're throwing out 10 trades a week, you're moving from 5 out of 10 trades to 6 for 7, 6 for 10, and oh shit, next week you hit 7 for 10. That means you're doing better and better. You're getting better at this, you're catching it. Then you start to little by little invest money, right? You don't go just learning this one day and thinking that you're gonna make $100,000 the next trade, right? Like it's not reality, man. You know, you gotta wake up and smell the coffee. That's not how these things work. You know, it'll come with experience, right? The more you use this indicator, the more you're gonna start seeing how it works. The more it's gonna help you grab these pinpoint entries on these trades, man. When I'm more calm, like that trade today, to me, the reason I was so happy, right? Let's go see it real fast. And again, I'll continue some indicators there. BTC, USDT, P, Binance. Was it on big? I think it was on this one. Okay. Is it this one? Damn it, it wasn't this one. It doesn't have it. All right, but yeah. Hold on, I do want to see this one. USDT, P, big get. Let's try this one. Damn it, what the fuck? Hold on, guys, I want to find that chart. BTC, here we go. Bam. Alright, so with BTC, I set this up for you guys yesterday, right? Last night. Yeah. Okay. And I want to say, hold on, where's that replay button? Bam. Right, so I think it was about here when I put out that trade. Right? Okay, it was about there. Alright, I put this out last night, right? And look, actually it was around here. What was that? 2, 3 in the morning, right here. Right here. Alright, and look, it was even holding that, right? I put this trade out when I saw this. Why? Because history repeats itself. You got two clear. One, I identified my support and resistance, right? I saw resistance here, I saw a reject already here, I already saw this, right? I saw we rejected here, started having lower highs. You know, identifying trend, identifying resistance. I saw that we had this right here. I'm like, holy shit, man. You had two beautiful, nice, strong buys, man. Like, look, like from here all the way, what's this? This is 19.5, right? That's around where my entry was. My entry was 19.5. And this is why I put it exactly where I put it, because I wanted to give myself a little space, right? Like both of them, again, just because I have a strong support here doesn't mean it's always going to hit it exactly. It's just a zone, right? This is why I like to draw these zones, not just give me or limit myself to just one line. You know, I like to just give myself a zone. But again, you know, I put it simple. Support, resistance. I saw this. I saw a clear-cut bounce, strong support, right? And again, I'm pretty sure if we look, zoom it out, we'll find it more, you know, points hitting. But just off of what I'm seeing here, I saw that reaction, right? All the way from 19.5, it took it all the way up to 24.82. First time, right? Then again, rejection. That's how we know we had a strong resistance there, right? Because the minute it went to this line, it went straight to shit, right? From there, all the way right back to where we started. Again, close to it. Remember, these lines are never perfect. It's not going to always hit 19.532, but it's around this area that I'm already seeing strong buys, right? So, boom. Saw this. Identified that we had two strong reactions to a nice strong support. Second time around, I saw this. I'm like, holy shit. Now, that's two strong buys, right? And again, here's your uptrends. Just identifying your trend, right? Right here, let me put these lines like a 2. Uptrend, uptrend, right? And on both times, again, if you're following this, right? On both times, as long as you're not, you know, chasing any of this and you're identifying trend, buy a short, perform. Right here, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, right? That's your pivot points. Pivot point, right? Broke, get in, perform. Right? A few times. Boom, performed again. All right, so again, just identifying trend, right? But again, that's old, right? Going with what we were seeing. So it was giving lower highs. I'm like, you know what? Putting my entry right here. Again, I didn't want to put it exactly that because sometimes it just doesn't give you that, right? Like even here, it went up a little higher. So I'm like, all right, let me put it right here. Bam. This is the beauty of this, of what TA does for you. And this is why I say when you do trades like this, you get more from it. Look at that drop this morning, man. I was like, oh shit, it might just hit. It might just hit. And even that one right there, we grabbed it. It scared me because it was giving us big pumps and dumps. I'm like, oh boy, but perform. Performed. I was so happy with this trade because this is what a proper trade should do for you, right? You identifying you have strong support, identifying your trends, identifying that we had this. I even wrote it in the channel yesterday at 3 in the morning. I'm like, guys, if it breaks the small demand we're in, mind you, this is now invalidated, right? It's supposed to be invalidated as soon as it breaks it, about right here, right? It broke it, that's it. This, zone is supposedly no good. That's at least what they say. But I was so happy with this because even if it would have caught this entry, boom, stop loss was right here, right? And again, if you give myself space, it's crypto. You got to give yourself space, But if it would have broke that and went to shit like everybody else was thinking, and I saw a few people try to short this, right? When we were already down here, boom, risk to reward. This is what it should look like, right? I was only going to lose, and I put 50%. I'm always fine with losing 50%, My reward, 50 times 4. Can get almost 200, like 200% on this. We're still up right now. Let me see. Where's my phone? I think we're up, 120, 30% on TP number 2 right now. It was a pinpoint perfect entry because look at it. The wick just literally grabbed our entry and it went straight up from there. That's what good TA will do, man. And again, I don't say that shit to sound cocky. You guys know me, man. I'm not a cocky asshole. But I do pride myself on my work because I put in a lot of work in what I do. And you guys see me up to 3 in the mornings, fucking coming right back. As soon as my son wakes me up, I fucking grab my phone right away, say hi to you guys. I'm always grinding for this. I love this. This is what I love to do, right? But hard work gives you good results. This was a perfect trade like this because I looked at it before and I took my time. It wasn't my normal rushing in, hey guys, I'm on fucking this trade. And then I send you guys a TA 20 minutes later. It was me planning it out properly. And that's why I pride myself on this trade because it worked out beautifully to the T. And I need to get better at this, right? Like I need to, even me identifying me as a trader, I'll tell you guys, I need to get better at this, at setting up trades before they get there, right? Because again, I think even Astro called it right here already, right? So he already saw this bounce. He already saw this structure building, that it wasn't breaking that strong support. And he called it when he saw a solid entry. And even his entry performed, right? I think I mentioned, I was like, guys, he's going to push this up for us. He's a good trader, man. And the minute I saw him call along, my eyes lit up. I'm like, oh, shit, man, this thing is going to go. And it took us time, but it did it. We were up 40, 50% when I said, I was like, oh, shit, we got the whale Jack coming in, and he's going to have all his guys buying in. And boom, we got us still up to 120 all the way up to second TP, man. Oh, third TP. Oh, shit, I didn't even know that was a third TP. We're up in the third TP. I didn't know. Damn. So, again, beautiful, beautiful work, man. I want to get better at this. Giving you guys these kind of trades because it gives you guys more time to get on. It's not a rush trade. On your R&R, and this is always going to be good, right? This is what I want to do. I want to give us small little, 20, 50, 30%. And again, everybody's different, man. I like to look for 100 plus, trades, right? So I'm always going to I'll be willing, okay, to take a negative 50 because I'm looking to gain 100 and more. You understand? But we could have cut this down a lot more, right? We could have put it a little closer, and this would have probably gave you shit, if that, negative 20, 30%. But look at the return it's giving us right now. So I'm gonna try to get better at this. I still have to look at videos on smart money concept and things like that, that help you kind of identify this. But just learning smart, simple TA, your resistance, your support, you're identifying that you had 2 beautiful reactions off this level. You put your money on the third one, most likely, more than not, it's probably gonna hit, man. Because again, these things are super repetitive. All right, so just wanted to go over that BTC play real quick. We went over 2 indicators. Any questions so far on anything I'm saying? If not, give me like 2 seconds to grab some water and we'll continue.
So I'm on Webull right now, just doing regular like options trading and stuff. I'm getting into the crypto now,
yes, sir.
As you know. And what do you think I should go for as far as the platform goes? Like Binance or what?
What, for crypto? You want to know what platform? Where are you from? I mean, in the States, we're all using like Vibez. BitGet, and again, both of those exchanges I just mentioned, guys, we have a partnership with them. And the reason I push it to you guys is because you guys get discounts. I'm all about you guys saving money. I worked on
I'm
getting
in California.
You're in California, so I'm in Cali too, brother. I use BitGet. I'm gonna start. I already opened up an account with Bybit as well because we get 20% off our trading fee. So I'm gonna start using that. To me, I'm not big on the exchanges, brother. To me, as long as I can trade and have charts, I know some people really look into the trading fees and things like that. For certain perks and things. Me, as long as we have charts, bro, like that's all I care about, man. Like, look at AR. AR, I think, has like two. He trades with two platforms, and that's smart. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna start trading with Bybit and with BitGet because it's gonna give me more options. OKEX has a lot of charts that nobody uses because it's only coins that are appearing there. And this is why when he puts those calls on, he sees certain strong movements on them, he puts it out, right? And again, none of us could get on because a lot of people don't have OKEX. But it's that, brother. To me, it really doesn't matter which one. If anything, again, I like BitGet a lot because I've seen a lot of growth on BitGet. I've seen them grow, add more and more. And again, I haven't updated all of my coins on BitGet, but look how big their watch list is. This is BitGet's one, right? Now, if I show you guys Binance, the reason I love Binance so much is because it's almost triple the size of that shit. Look, like it's a huge list because they're one of the oldest exchanges. Only problem is that we live in the States. They don't allow us to use it, even with a VPN. So, unfortunately, I can. If it was for that, I would tell everybody, dude, everybody get fucking Binance because you just have so many charts to trade with, right? So many charts. And again, I haven't updated my Binance one, and God only knows because I haven't had a Binance account in forever. So, this is probably double the size of what it is right now, But it's just that, brother. So if you're going to use anything in the States, California, I am using BitGet and Bybit. You have options. You can use KuCoin. I think, again, most of them need VPN. The only ones that don't need VPN is BitGet. They're all no KYC, which means that you don't have to, put in your ID or anything like that and send anything crazy to them if you don't feel comfortable doing so. Yeah, man.
So I'll use BitGet because I'm usually at work and I got my phone, but that's about it. So I can't change the VPN and stuff. So I think BitGet would be the best thing for me.
BitGet's the way to go, brother. And mind you, even on your phone, right? I trade on my phone a lot, right? Because I'm always moving around. You want to use BitGet just to get on and off the trade, right? But you want to use TradingView as well. And even if you buy or get the free version of TradingView, they allow you to have up to 3 indicators. You want to set it up like this, brother, always, on your phone. I've done it plenty of times on my phone. So nobody can be like, oh, no, you can't trade good on your phone. It's bullshit, man. A chart is a chart. I can see these, levels and make these lines just as good on my phone than I can on this desktop. See what I'm saying? So use TradingView to make out your chart, right? To make your plan, to draw out your plan, your entries, your TP lines, your stop losses. Then that's it. Then you just switch over to the app, buy the position, look at your percentage, send screenshots, whatever you want to do, close it, on the app for that. But you're always going to keep your eyes here, right? Like I know that this is my entry, so I'm just looking at this the whole time. If I'm at certain TP points, boom, then I go to my phone and close it. Cool?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my man. All right, guys. So let's move over to the next indicator I want to go over that, again, works, I think, pretty well with support and resistance. Actually, you know what? No, let me go over this one. Hold on. I really want to go over, because I've seen a lot of you guys take a liking to it. It's called linear regression. Is it here already? Oh, it is here already. Linear regression, my peoples. A beautiful, beautiful indicator. Now, let me find where I can turn off these drawings. Hide drawings, because I just want to go over this. So again, right, you want tools like this that helps you identify what you're looking at, right? Linear, I think, to me is one of the best tools, especially if you're first learning, right? Because it's showing you your support, showing you your resistance, right? If I had my drawings right now, it would be almost lined up exactly, right? Let me see if I can find it now. God damn it, I hate this shit. Oh, here we go. All right, so you see the linear is a little bit higher, right? Our resistance line is right here. The linear is a little tighter to the candles, right? Ours gives us a little more space. does a few things, and this is why I really want you guys to kind of play with it, is because of that. Because it does a few things, right? It does one, it points to the direction of where your trends and your candles have been going for the for a while, right? Each time frame locks in a certain amount. Let me see if I go to my right here, date range, right? It's letting you know that from here all the way to here, we've been in this trade for in this zone, right, for 4 days, 4 days and 1 hour. Okay, now let me go back to showing this. Bam. All right, so one of the things that it does, it shows you trend, right? If I think, let me see, if we've been going like this, it's probably going to show us an uptrend on a smaller time frame. Bam, 5 minutes. See, 5 minute is showing you the uptrend, right? Showing you that we've been having higher lows, and this is one of these trends. This is one of these indicators that will help you learn how to draw these lines, right? Because it's grabbing it, man. It's grabbing it for you. It's showing us what crypto is, right? It's showing us that, you know what, these lines are never perfect, although they sometimes look like they hit exactly, but you're gonna have wicks. You're gonna have your wicks, but as long as your candles tend to come back in to your channel, then it kind of confirms it, right? It confirms that you are in almost a bullish channel, because this is exactly what it's showing. It's pointing up and showing you that the last few hours or whatever, if I do the time from here to there, showing you that this is what's been going on, right? And you'll see your rejections off of this, right? So the way I look at the linear is the same way I look at any trend lines that I draw, right? If I was to identify my trend, again, I see it right here, right? I see my, boom, higher lows. I see my higher highs, right? So if I was to turn off linear, same thing. If I can get linear, bam, right? Same thing. It's you drawing a bullish channel, showing you that you have a bullish channel, right? So let me delete these now. Shit, delete the wrong one. Bam. Okay, then let me go back to linear and hide these drawings. All right, so this is what I like about this, is that, man, it does a few things, right? It shows you what direction it's going. It's showing you pretty much trend, right? And just like trend, the beauty of this indicator is that if it was to decide to break trend, right? Again, just because it's going this way doesn't mean that it's going to continue following this. Eventually, what goes up must come down. But the beauty about this indicator is that it does it for you, right? As far as once it breaks this trend and the candles start coming down here, every candle that is forming next to that and is continuing to go down, you'll see this indicator start to pick up, right? So right now it's pointing this way. You'll see this come down. You'll see the back come up. And then it'll look straight, just like our hour looks right now. See what I'm saying? And it's going to continue following what it's doing, because that's the main job of this indicator, is to put these candles in a channel for you. When you have candles in a channel, which is pretty much exactly what your support and resistance is, right? It's keeping your candles in a channel. So when you have breakouts from the top, boom, you play your breakout, right? When you have breakouts from the bottom, you play your shorts. So again, just because it's showing you this doesn't always mean that, hey, I'm going to play along here and it's going to perform no matter what because it's showing you. No, right? Nothing is 100%. It can easily, this can easily stop running, right? Because we have resistance right here. This can easily stop running right here, start giving us lower highs, come down from here, and then you'll start seeing this come down with it. So another thing, you don't have to touch it, right? It does it all for you. But just always know that, right? Just like on every indicator I've given you guys so far, know that even if you look up videos, and again, this is things that I'm telling you from experience, know that, man, that just because it's looking like this doesn't mean that it can't break from the bottom. Same as on top, right? I think one of the strongest breakouts that I've witnessed has been a bullish channel like this that breaks out from the channel from the top, because again, whenever you have a trend like this is your strong support line. This is your strong resistance, right? So if you're in a bullish channel like this with a strong resistance break from the top, wow, man, like I've seen nothing but just big bodied candle breakouts from that, because you have two bullish activities. You have your bullish channel and you have a breakout from your resistance. So it's beauty when you catch those, man. Like we caught one the other day and it just ran, dude. Like it ran really strong. So great indicator, guys, man. Really super dope indicator. If you want to jazz it up and make it look sexy, here's for my my super sexy members in here. Hold on. Bam. Right, there's your linear regression Lux. Now, don't go buying Lux yet. It looks dope. I love it. Twisted Churro, again, this is why this is my guy, man. I love this dude. He is working on getting you guys affiliated discount on Lux Algo. I think there's one or two of you guys already have it. And, my bad, we didn't have the news yet, but he sent me an email yesterday saying, hey, Kenny, just confirm this so we can set this up. And it's a partnership with Lux Algo. You guys get, again, like 20-30% off their membership for all their different algos. They have a lot and really cool shit like this. But, it just makes it look cleaner. There's your linear, right? There's your bottom. There's your top. And it's showing you that, you can still go like this. But this is more for looks, right? But it's same exact thing, right? If you turn them both on, you'll see that it lines up perfectly. So, beautiful, beautiful indicator, guys. Been using it for a long time, reason I don't send the pictures out, when I'm doing my TA is because if I was to turn on all my indicators, and again, I don't even have all of them here, it'll be a mess, man. I like to show you guys what I look at when I break these trades down is I look at just candles, man. I like to just look at candles and then everything else comes in, right? If I'm starting to see what I can see on here and identify my, my lower highs or my trends and things like that, then I tend to turn on these indicators and be like, all right, oh shit, well look, it lines up almost perfect with that linear. We're in an uptrend, all right? Another thing to know about linear is this, right? Hold on. This is one of the rules that I like to teach my students when using linear is, again, use it for your crossings, right? Hold on, where's my... There we go. Let me turn this one off. Your MACD, look at this. So just like I showed you guys earlier, right, where you're stochastic, right, where you want your crossings hitting strong supports or strong resistance. Remember, guys, just because you're in an uptrend doesn't mean that that's not support, right? It's your support trend line going up. That's your uptrend, and you have your support line, straight across, right? Same works with your support trend lines. You look for those crossings. Right here we have your candles coming down. You have a crossing right here. Let me get this. Wow, I was about to tap the screen. That shows you that I'm so used to my iPad still. Crossing that. I don't like all this noise back here. I kind of want to erase this for right now. Fuck it. No, actually I don't want to erase that one. Hold on, guys. How can I move this out the way? Alright, fuck it. Yeah. Alright, I'll get it out the way. I'll draw all this over. But right here, right? You have a nice bounce off of your trend line in your linear. You have a crossing right in your trend line, right? What I tell my students about this indicator is the same way we look at, our regular lines that we draw out, trend lines, use it for that, right? Use those crossings inside or bouncing on your trend line. And for your resistance as well, for your longs, right? And then for your shorts, it comes up, hits the top of your linear channel, right? Resistance, crossing right here. Here's your next entry on your short. Right there. Plays out. So what I tell my students is this. Whenever you guys are looking for longs in a linear, right? Look to buy in your red. That's your safe zone. Look to buy in your red, sell in your blue. And vice versa. When you're buying your shorts, try to get it in the red. If you're buying your shorts in the red, it's risky, right? You might not get that much of a drop. But if you're buying it in the blue zone, then you get more for your performance. You get more bang for your buck, right? Even here, right? I think here we had a nice little crossing in the blue zone. Gave you something, right? Again, right here, we had two crossings right there. Boom, performance, right? Here was a crossing at the top of that one. Came down, performed. Right here, another rejection. Look at your crossing right here on this candle. Performed, for a nice little scalp. But this is why, you guys got to learn that each time frame paints different pictures. If I'm scalping 5 minutes, this is perfect for me, man. This is a high leverage trade, crossing right there. Here's my entry, rejection off of that resistance. Trend line, crossing right there on. Look at your MACD, right? Your MACD is showing that we were, boom, perfect. Oh, shit. You see, guys? Look at this. Remember what I said earlier? Whenever you get both crossings, it's like almost a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 performance. And again, this is a 5 minute, man. It might not be a lot to you guys, but somebody that's scalping this, if I would have been looking at this, I would have put a nice 10, 20% on something that probably would have gave me about 10, 20, 30%. 50x, that's fine, right? Like if you're going heavy, but look, they're crossing. on your MACD, on your stochastic, right? There's your downtrend. There's your downtrend. Same, almost exact same time. I'm trying to move this. Hold on. Right? Because look at the beginning of your strong downtrend on your histogram. Crossing lines up perfectly, close to a rejection. So there's your 3 for 3 right here. You have a close rejection to your linear channel. That's one. You have a crossing in your stochastic. Two, you have a crossing of not a it's not a crossing. It's actually a continuation. That's why I'm like looking at this like, wait a minute. Look, this is what I mean by continuation. It crossed. That's your downtrend. It looked like it was going to cross to go back up to your uptrend, but it rejected. All right, so that's actually not it. I'm sorry. I thought it was a complete crossing. And I was going to say, dude, both lined up perfectly. But again, it still gave you performance. If you got in here, man, that's over 20-30%, man. That's money to me right there. All right. What else with the linear? I think that's about it on the linear. Any questions so far on the linear regression channel?
That's not free, right?
Huh?
That was free?
Yeah, everything, guys, everything I show you guys is free. I'm not big on you guys spending money on shit indicators that you guys can get for free. I'm all about, again, saving you guys money, man, the best way I can. Everything I'm showing you guys, it's all indicators that you guys can get for free. You know, here, look, here's just again, this one is in our stochastic, and that's the only one that it's still free, but you know, the only way you guys can get that one is by going into our channels list and downloading it and adding it, right? Stochastic, that's the one right there, your basic one. Again, everything I use is always factory setting too. You know, I encourage you guys that do like to play with all that stuff to play with it, right? Like if you can get if you can play with the settings, then do it. You know, if you can get making more custom to yourself, you know, so what are you looking for, then always play with it. But there's your basic stochastic. Your MACD, it's not named MACD, it's your moving average conversion divergence. So that's your basic MACD. All the other ones is, like I said, OBV MACD, you got MACD crossover, MACD stochastic. Like, there's so many that, you know, and again, these are ones that I probably added because I wanted to back test because I love the stochastic and I love the MACD. So why not look for one that shows me both? Or, you know, and again, it's not always going to be the prettiest, but look, it has 5,000 downloads. So maybe this is a good one. I'll check it later. I just haven't had the time. And then your linear is your regular linear regression channel. And then that's the Lux one. Again, we might be having a partnership with them soon, so give it a few days. I just got to finish the application and see what they say, and then I'll bring it to you guys as soon as I get it. All right. Again, any questions on anything else we're looking at right here, right now? If not, we'll continue going over to the next indicator. Drink. Remember, guys, I don't bite. This is your time to ask questions. If you guys don't ask questions, I'm assuming you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to stop talking about it and move on to the next subject. But if you have any questions, no question is a stupid question. I can't say that enough to you guys. I've had members DM me, you know, and they want to talk to me all the time, and I'm like, dude, you know, just talk in the chats, right? Because they get scared. They see all you guys talking about linears and you know, all these big words that we've all figured, you know, learned in trading, and they get scared off, man. Let me tell you guys one thing. If any one of my members were to ever disrespect any of you guys, they're out. I don't play that disrespect shit. I don't play that, you know, people trying to be better than the cocky assholes. I don't like it. That shit doesn't entertain me. You know, I like for us to be here to help each other. So if you guys ever have a question, like, don't be scared to ask in chat. Again, when I tell you guys we have some of the best minds that I've come across in trading here, is because they're here. It's because I've traded with these guys, right? Like they're fucking smart guys, man. Like, they really know their stuff. You know, don't be scared of that, right? Like, you know, encourage that. If anything, if I know somebody is experiencing in a chat, I'm gonna ask them questions all the time. See what I'm saying? So don't be scared to ask questions. Don't be scared to type out any questions. Nobody here judges. Nobody here is going to make fun of you. And if they do, please show me it and DM it to me and be like, hey, Kenny, look, this guy made me feel like shit. And I'm going to approach it and I'm going to handle the situation to the best of my ability. All right, guys? But don't get scared, man. Like, don't get scared to ask any questions. Don't get scared to type out any questions. Don't think that because you're asking what BB means, you know, means Bollinger Bands, that people are going to laugh at you. Like, don't. You know, don't let fear cripple you guys from trying to get to where you want to get to in this trade, right? This is what I'm trying to say. So that being said, if you guys don't have any questions, then I'm gonna move over to the next indicator.
Yeah, you explain it really good, by the way. So I think I speak for everybody here, but you explain it really good, Kenny.
Thank you, man. I tried, man. Again, I try to make this as for all of us to get this, man, like as simple as I can. Because I've noticed that with trading, the more you kind of simplify it, the more easier it gets. And like I said, there's if you make this hard, it will be that, right? Like whatever you make of it is what you get, right? So if you put in the work and really focus on trying to make something this complex easy for you to just catch your eyes, and it can be as easy as just catching it with your eyes, man, then it'll help, right? It'll benefit all of us, I think, when we're all learning like this. So thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. So let's move over to the next indicator. If nobody else has any questions, we went over. Let me see. We went over the stochastic, MACD, linear. All right. So this next one I'm gonna go over. I'll do a little bit of both. Right. This will be our number 4, but it's like half and half. If you guys have the time, if not, I could always break it down in another class. But this is one of them, man. This is one basic indicator that I'm really starting to love more and more because it's showing me, it's teaching me patterns, right? It's showing me what's it called, candlestick patterns. And again, if for those that are here for the first time, I always try to tell my students and you guys that whenever you guys learn patterns, as far as even if it's learning your cup and handles, your head and shoulders, like if it's learning those kind of patterns, learn your basic ones, right? Like learn your top 10, Google it, and you just look up top 10 best patterns in trading, and you'll see your cup and handle, head and shoulders, your bear flags, your double tops, your double bottoms, right? Like those are the ones that you'll hear and look at people mention constantly in all these chats, right? That's what you want to know. You don't want to look up the whole 150 patterns because you're probably not going to run into a lot of them, and that's wasting time and energy. Focus on the ones that appear all the time, and it's the ones I just mentioned. You'll see these almost on a day-to-day basis. That's how repetitive they are, right? So learn your top 10. If you have to print it out, I've done it. I printed it out. I've had it posters of them all over my computer. That way, when I'm looking at something, oh shit, instead of having to go to click on Google, it's right in front of me, right? And that's how I start to identify and train my eyes to learn these patterns, right? The reason I love this indicator is called all patterns, by the way. Here it is. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, right here, the first one. All candlestick patterns. Super easy, super basic. One of my students was sweet enough to give me this after our class. She's like, "Hey, Kenny, have you ever played with candlestick patterns?" I'm like, "No." No bullshit. I'm sorry. I was like, "No, not to the full extent," because again, every every book that I would look at, they have like 300 Japanese candlestick patterns, man. Who the hell wants to study all 300? If you have the time, by all means. But again, that's to me is just complicating things, right? I kept hearing a certain amount of candlestick patterns being mentioned in certain servers, right? Oh shit, guys, did you guys see that excuse me, I'm sorry. Did you guys see that 3 black crows? I'm like, 3 black crows? And again, not being scared, I ask people. I'm like, guys, what's that, man? I've never heard of that. Oh, Kenny, you never heard of that, dude? That's actually a really bearish, I think, bullish pattern, right? I was like, ooh, cool. Let me look that up. Boom. When I look up that, I start to find top 10 patterns, man. You have your bullish and bearish engulfing candles. This is your bullish engulfing. This is your bearish engulfing. Now, mind you, look, it has a description right here showing you what it looks like. It's telling you exactly what it is. Again, I told you guys, I'm not that book smart guy, man. You can tell by the way I talk. I didn't finish college. I'm not that guy, but it doesn't mean that I can't trade, right? I'm showing you guys what I can do with a little hard work. It has your description on every candle that you have. Your dojis, right? Let's go back. Look at your hammer right here, right? There's your hammer. The blue ones are your bullish. Red are your bearish, right? I was discouraged because I saw too many patterns. I was like, nah, dude, that's too much. Whatever. However, I was intrigued because I did hear, and I hear the guys talking about it. Oh my God, yo guys, look at Tesla. Holy shit, a bullish engulfing candle on Tesla. Wow. And then the next 2 days, you see this running up, and I'm like, holy shit, they're right. So I picked up a few at that time. I knew bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing. I know the hammer. I know the doji. I know the three white crows. What is it? Three black ladies, something like that, right? Three white ladies. I picked up a few, and then I had my student show me this. She's like, "Hey, Kenny, why don't you try these? Right? If you're really into it, they give you the description so you can know exactly what they are." And I took it a step further. I was like, one, thank you. I'm always open to try anything. Even you guys, man. If you guys ever see indicators that you come across and, you want me to back test, throw them at me, man. And when I have the time, I love to try new indicators all the time, right? So, again, I tried it out. I took it a step further. I went to the settings. I'm like, you know what? Let me try something. I turned on each and every one of these candlestick patterns, right? They have your top 20, I think, or top 30 or something like that. But I turned on each. There you go. Your three white soldiers, your three black crows. I turned on each and every one of them, right? Of course, it showed too many, right? They were all over the place. I'm like, okay. So again, I kept taking it a step further. I'm like, you know what? Let me try something. If I turn everything on, I want to see now which candles show me the biggest moves, right? Like I'm seeing with the bearish engulfing that when it comes out, it tends to perform, right? Once, 2 for 2 right here. Now I'm looking at my bullish engulfing candle as well. This one, didn't work that well right here. It kind of gave you a little bit there. This one came out, but if you held, boom, right there, and you got two of them back to back, it almost broke this resistance. But again, this resistance, right? But it still gave you some kind of performance. This one came out, boom, came out to confirm that one, right? You had now two back-to-back results. So I know that when I see bullish and bearish engulfing candles, it makes a strong fucking move, guys. Like, really does. Even your hammer right here, right? Yeah, it went to shit afterwards. But if you held this, man, boom. Performance. I've seen the hammer do stuff like that, right? Marabusu White. It's another one. I have no idea what that shit even means. Who cares? Who cares, right? But I've seen it perform numerous amount of times, which is why she's right here with me. I started turning off all the candlesticks that didn't show me anything. And again, this is another one that I might get rid of. I just keep Doji because Doji is that neutral one that tends to, just sometimes show performance. Sometimes it doesn't. So I've been thinking about just taking it off, but it's here, right? And it shows you what the Doji is. I'm looking at Doji. I don't really see much sometimes, right? Like, I don't really see much. Here was almost a complete reversal when it came out. Here, again, it's like, it's not much. I look for the ones that give me big moves, strong moves. And these are the ones that I've seen so far do that for me, right? So, again, I had all of them on. The ones that weren't showing me anything, nope, turned it off. Boom, nah, I don't see anything on this one, turn it off. This is a result of the ones that I do know, right? Marabusu black and white, man. Strong performance candles that every time I see come out, they shows me strong moves, man. Look, Marabusu black. There's your bearish one. In a minute, even if you got it all the way down here, right? You didn't catch it at the very top. You caught it at the very bottom. But bam, 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 dead cat bounce. Bam, bam, bam. That's fucking performance, man. That's way over 100 and fucking 200% on any leverage, right? Beautiful, I'm telling you, performance. Your bullish or your bearish engulfing. It's just one of these that I've always seen, man. And again, none of these are 100%, guys. I'm gonna emphasize on that, right? They're not 100% because I've seen your bullish engulfing. That sometimes doesn't give you performance, and then it switches, and things happen, and it's fine. But I'm telling you, the ones that I have on right now are the ones that I've seen more than half percentage, right? Like more than 50% or 60, 70% come out, and again, you back test them, right? And this is how you back test it. You turn it on, you go back and you look at your charts and you can see big movements. The hangman is one that I've seen perform pretty well. It came out here, I played the short, it gave me profits. Then I decided to play the long after I seen a bullish engulfing candle, because mind you, these are not buy signals. One thing I hate, guys, and please don't give me anything with buy signals. I don't like buy signals. I think they are shit indicators. I haven't come across any really good indicator that says, "Oh, hey, buy here," or sell here, and they work. I always see them, you know, especially on a smaller time frame. I see that they say buy here, and then you know it goes down, and now it's saying sell here, and then you just lost. And I've back tested ones like that where I've lost a lot of money. So I'm not big on anything that tells me to buy. Mind you, these are not buy indicators. These are nothing like that. It's not telling you to buy short here. It's telling you that this is that candle that is identified as a bearish candle, right? It's a bearish candle. And shit, you know what? These two back to back showing me that it shows kind of really strong performance, no? So that's what you look for, guys. You're not looking for ones that is telling you, oh shit, buy here because it's a bullish engulfing. No, you're still looking at your charts, right? You're still looking that, you know what, hey, we have strong support here. And oh shit, look, we're at support once, it went up. Hey, we're at support again. And wow, now I have a bullish engulfing candle coming in. Let me try to long this and put a nice little stop loss under this wick right here. And oh shit, wow, performance. That's what these indicators do for you guys. This is why I'm big on indicators, because this is just one of the most basic, simple fucking indicators you can find. That not only is it teaching you what these candlestick patterns are, right? It's giving me an option just to limit the ones that I want. I don't want a whole list on it. You know, I want the ones that just show me strong performance. These are it, you know. And again, you guys test the rest of these out. Don't only go with the ones I have. See if the long upper shadow works for me. It didn't work for me. I didn't like it, so I took it off. You know, rising 3 methods. Again, I didn't see these much. When it did, I didn't really see much performance, so I took them off. These are the ones that show me strong performance. And again, like I said, just to again repeat myself, they're not buy or sell indicators. Nothing like it. They're just showing you that, hey, this candle is bullish, you know, tends to perform sometimes, right? When you have a numerous amount of bullish candles, you know, all coming in at once, bam, you see results. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful candle. I mean, indicator. You know, give it a try. What's up?
What do the wicks mean exactly on top of the candles? What are those?
Say it again.
What are the wicks exactly on top of the candles?
So the wick, all right, your basic candle knowledge is this, right? This is why it's such a beautiful thing what these things are, right? Like as far as knowing what your candle is, psychology aspect of it, you know, knowing what you're looking at, right? When you see a strong body candle like this with no wicks, that's showing you that your bulls bought here and pushed the price so good, you know, so strong that there was no indecisiveness. When you see wicks like this, that's indecisiveness, right? So mind you, after a strong run of pretty much strong bodied candles, man. Look, 1, 2, even this one, you know, you had wick here showing you that, you know, I think it opened up at this price, or I think it opened up here. It went down as far as here. Your bears pushed it down here, but then your bulls took over and, you know, we closed it up here, right? Closed it up here. This one opens up right here. Now, mind you, again, your bears still came, right? They're still showing you that they still pushed it down, but your bulls came in and kicked ass because they pushed it all the way up to here with no drawback, with no wick. So that's strong bullish movement, right? Same thing here. Now, the reason this doesn't go up is because the psychology of your candles right here is showing you that shit, man. You know what? The bulls, after all these strong push, they pushed it up to here, man. However, they couldn't hold it long enough. You know, they held it to a certain part, which was right here. It hit that point. Then all your bears, your fucking, you know, your guys that love to come in and sell, they all came in and took over, right? They took over because, you know, it was, what was it? It closed here. It opened up here. It was brought down to here, went all the way up to here, but then closed right here. So that's your bulls. Yeah. All right.
So represents what it was.
Say it again. It was breaking up, brother. Say it again.
The wick just represents where it was then.
Exactly. Wherever the top of that wick is, and again, this is an hour time frame, right? So I'm sure if I go to like a 5-minute or a 1-minute, it'll show you a full-bodied candle, you know, because it's showing you that within that time frame, this is an hour candle. It's showing you that everything that happened in an hour's time frame. Right, so this on a 5-minute would look something like this, right, where it's coming up and it's coming down, and it's showing you that in an hour time frame, in those 5-minute candles, it went all the way down to here, and it went all the way up to here, and then it closed right here.
Okay, cool.
All right. My man. All right, so yeah, that's your psychology on the candles, man. I think it paints a picture. You know, when I see things like this and I really try to look at it, it just shows me that, right? Like this picture right here is showing me that again, you know, we had strong bulls come in, the bears came in, they didn't want to push it past this point, so they kept fighting, right? The more you see big wicks like this and small body, that's stronger and stronger battles between your bulls and your bears, right? When you have a doji candle, that's it closing evenly, pretty much bulls and bears, right? They brought it up, they brought it low, but they closed almost that dead even. This is why this candle is important to know what it is, because it's just the battle finding a middle ground, to say, right? Like it didn't go much bullish, it didn't go much bearish. Anything can happen from here, kind of thing. That's what the doji is. It's just like your middle ground candle where, okay, maybe it can still pick up from here, or maybe it can just switch, you know, because there was just they didn't find any ground on that one. So that's what candlesticks are, man. They just, you know, they paint that picture. They're telling you pretty much where they go, you know, and again, you know, you match it almost with volume, and it kind of, you know, plays its part. But it's a beautiful thing, man, when you really try to look at the psychology aspects of these certain movements and why they gave you such big runs. And, you know, shit, man, after a big run, you get a big candle like this with, you know, coming in red is showing you that the bears is just taking over, right? Like, it took all these hours to push up, and then the bears came in and just destroyed it all, right, in one shot. So, and again, even knowing, you know, your candlestick patterns will break things like that down for you, man. So, guys, big, it's been big, man. It's been big on my trading. Ever since I've added that, I've wanted to learn more and more candlestick patterns, because I kind of want to understand how they, you know, they flow. And again, you know, when I get time for all of that, man, I just keep adding more and more. But right now, you know, basic, again, your most basic indicator on how to identify candlestick patterns. And now I tend to, you know, again, I didn't know how to identify them before. Now I tend to really see them, man. Now, you know, even without that coming out, I'm like, oh shit, you know, that's a bullish engulfing, because all that is whenever here, and I'll show you real quick, and then we'll move on to the next one. Body, right? Your body candle is this little guy right here. Bullish engulfing candle is just that. It's your candle on the right side. You know, you're always gonna have a candle on the left side red. Your candle on the right side that is building, it's having the same opening, right? But that body is engulfing that one, right? It's gonna be bigger, right? So that's all that bullish engulfing candle is. It's the body of it being eating up, you know, the whole body to the left side. So beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. Any questions on all patterns? And again, you can easily get them in your indicators for free. It's called All Candlestick Patterns. Any questions so far on those, guys, on those indicators? If not, we will move over to our next one, and then I think that's it. I think we're done with that. All right, let's rock and roll to the next one. All right, so I went over linear. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna go over this one, and then I think I'll save the rest for another time that we can go over trade more indicators. Because again, guys, look at my look at the list, guys. I got a lot, man. I got a lot. Even as far as buying indicators, right? Again, this is just things that me and Twisted I've been working on. You know, this is why I've been so busy and not putting out as many trades, is because I'm trying to provide you guys a really good server here, man. I really want you guys to get the best of the best. You know, more bang for your buck that you guys can get. You know, I've invested money in this because I really believe in this, man. I really do like this server a lot, and I want to make it big, and I'm going to try to, again, get you guys the best deal. But we are working with like 3 guys right now, all selling their algos, right? One is pretty big. The other 2 are pretty, you know, not as big, but, you know, we're testing it, right? Anything we bring to you guys, me and Twisted Churro, back tests. We're not going to give you guys an indicator just to make money off of it. We're going to give you guys an indicator that we use ourselves. You know, that's something that, hey, you know, if you guys want to understand how it works, look, me and him use this one all the time. This is a success rate it has. You know, we're testing these things out before we put it to the table, man, before we bring it to you guys. But again, we're working on partnerships with like 3 algos right now that look pretty sweet. We're in the back testing phase as we speak. So once we get, you know, clearance that these things do work, we'll bring it to you guys, you know. And again, I think Lux is one of them. And even just without testing it, I've seen a lot of their indicators, man. They look great, you know. And yeah, they're your basic indicator. They just spice it up and make it look a little fresher for you, you know. And sometimes, you know, a little nice little flair can sometimes grab your attention on some of these things, right? Like it's all about how you see or what you're looking at, you know, if it's painting that picture. And Lux, I think, does a really good job on the visual. So this is why I'm really excited about getting that partnership with them. And of course, even more excited for getting that discount, guys. Like, you know, saving us money on that. So we'll have again a few more indicators that once we back test and they want to sell it, we're gonna promote it. And again, we're not gonna give you guys anything that we wouldn't put it in our, you know, charting ourselves. So we'll let you guys know more about that later. Yeah, man. So, all right. So let's go over our next indicator. For those of you that don't know what BB is, it is your Bollinger Bands. This is your most basic one right here. And again, like I told you guys, beautiful. What I love about TradingView is this, man. These are all your different types of Bollinger Bands that you guys can have hours and days on back testing, right? Like, it's just, there's so many, man. This is what I love TradingView, that these are all people's personal, you know, indicators that they throw on and they add with Bollinger Bands that you just, again, it's always going to give you guys an endless library, because there's always going to be people doing different things to it and adjusting and, you know, giving us new indicators. All right. And again, these are your favorites. You can add them. But Bollinger Bands, guys, this is what I like to do on it. Let me just change the color. I'm surprised it's not on it already, but I like to put all my lines gold. And that's just me. No certain reason, but I like it. So here, let me do this, right? And then let me take off all patterns. All right, guys. Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Bands. So beauty about Bollinger Bands. Well, first, let me show you what which one are your lines. So this is your top Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band, bottom Bollinger Band. Okay? This is one that almost works like your linear, just in a super ugly way, right? As you can see, like right, the lines look like shit. However, what I want to show you guys is, if you kind of follow your middle line, it almost points to the direction of where it's going, right? If you kind of zoom out and again, just try to look at the bigger picture here, look at that middle line, it almost points to the direction of where it's going. So it almost does on some linear regression where it's showing you where your trend is heading or where it's going, kind of thing, right? Another beautiful thing about your Bollinger Band. All right, and again, this is one that I've been using for a long time with stocks and options when I was into stocks and options. And again, I'm bringing it right back because I'm doing stocks and options yet again. But I'll get back more into that as soon as I have some more time. But your Bollinger Bands, it does a few things, right? Just like your linear. I like any indicator that does more than one thing, right? That gives you, you know, direction, that gives you momentum, that does a few things, right? Bollinger Bands is one of them, right? So one of the things that Bollinger Bands does is this. It's called, whenever you're it shows you trend, as far as whenever your candles are in between your bottom and your middle Bollinger Band is your downtrend. All right? Whenever your candles are or breaking that middle and it breaks the middle and now your candles are in between your top and your middle Bollinger Band, there's your uptrend. Okay? Another beautiful thing about, and here, I'll even show you here, right? Like, look, right here, breaks the middle. Bollinger Band stays on the downtrend this whole time until it finally breaks here. And then if you knew how to kind of read the Bollinger Band, you'll understand what this is. And I'll get to it right now. But again, guys, it shows you that, man. Whenever it breaks these, you know, middle, kind of shows you trend, right? Look, broke middle Bollinger Band here, rejected off the middle, continue the downtrend, right? Until even this drop, even before this crazy pump and dump situation. That was the day of that meeting, I think. But you know, it showed you that we were in a downtrend before that. So now another thing to know about your Bollinger Band, and this is why I really, really like this indicator, is because it shows you volatility. Not too many indicators show you that. Now let me show you exactly how it does that, right? Focus right here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this a little more. Bam. All right, so you saw how wild it was 2 seconds ago, right? All over the place. Whenever your Bollinger Bands are tightening up like this, right? Where your lines are getting closer and closer, right? All three lines are pretty much just kissing at this point, right? Look at the difference in the movement. right? Big movement, small little candles, a lot of indecisiveness. This is called your sideways market, right? Again, you can always box this in, right? We can box this in and scalp it, but you want to trade where there's trend. You want to get more bang for your buck. Let's take this back off. Square it up. You could square it off, right? Resistance right here, support-ish, like right there and there. And again, you could ping pong it, but when you stay away from sideways market, again, you get more bang for your buck. And this is showing you that we're in that kind of market, right? It's tightening up, sideways market. Now, whenever you start to see the mouth open up, which is your top Bollinger Band curling back, your bottom Bollinger Band curling back, you're going to get a huge pop or a drop. Boom, here we got the drop. Right? It's showing you that before it was doing that. Look at the curls. It starts to curl back. Your candle is boom, and then bam. Big drop. Okay? Let me show you guys right here. Right? Right here, same thing, right? It wasn't as tight, but it was still there, right? It's still not doing that much, right? You still have your support right about here, your resistance right about here. Support, resistance, right? And again, the channel is like tightening up, getting a little smaller. Right? Boom. Curls back, big volatile move. You have big pop and then an immediate big drop. Now look at your channel, right? See how thin it was there? All of this volatile moves, boom, big volatility. Again, not too many indicators do that, man. And like I haven't seen one that really shows you that kind of volatility. This one does. And this is why I think Bollinger Band is always going to be just one of those top classic indicators, man, of all time. Like the MACD, like your RSI, those are all indicators that even if you go to Webull right now to trade, your most basic, options, platform, they all start with the most basic indicators, and Bollinger Band is in there, MACD is in there, even your stochastic is in there, your EWO, like those are all your basic ones. But this is one that is just, it's a beauty, man, because not all of them show you this, man. Whenever I see this with big body, or the mouth open like this, if I'm not on this at the right time, I can get fucked on this, right? If I was long on this and we had that rejection right there, and then the mouth opened up like this, and you got drops, and it's just holding on to that bottom Bollinger Band, right? Like there's your downtrend. It's showing you all of this is your downtrend. It's staying in between your bottom and your middle Bollinger Band. So beautiful, beautiful indicator because of that, because not all of them show you volatility. And, whenever we're like, hey, guys, it's squeezing, it's because it's showing you that it's squeezing. And whenever you're squeezing, whenever your candles are not moving and they're just getting tighter and tighter, expect a big pop or drop, because that's what comes after it's tight. And then you'll see it on your Bollinger Bands, man. You'll see the mouth start opening up. So it kind of gives you like a little, right? Like look at here, right here it was tight, and then it opened up, and it kind of gave you like that pre-warning that something big was going to happen. I mean, look how big the mouth got, right? So it's one of those indicators, man, that again, if at the very beginning you look at it, it looks like shit, right? It's like, oh, God, what is this? But once you start to understand how this Bollinger Band works, it's a beauty, and people use it, man. And when I tell you guys, a lot of the guys that I know, that even were into complex strategies and options and stocks, like your butterflies, your what the hell was the name of these things again? All those different complex strategies, options. Yeah, dude, like they use it, man. They really like the Bollinger Bands, and it does, it does wonders for them. I know one guy that used to only look for those breaks, man. As soon as it breaks, he used to get in, quick, day trade, boom, bounce off of or reject off of your top Bollinger Band, he's out, or he sees it break that middle Bollinger Band, he's out, in and out, So this is one of those, man. Definitely try to pick this one up, guys. Again, whatever. I don't have a video for this one, but you guys could Google it, man. Any video on YouTube explaining Bollinger Bands is pretty much going to show you what I'm kind of showing you guys. And then I just, again, gave you a little more in-depth with my experience on what I've seen with it. And it's been this, man. It's been that tightness. It's been that mouth opening, and then just big, solid moves afterwards, So any questions on Bollinger Bands? Oh, damn, we're almost going on 2 hours. No, 4, 5. Oh, shit, yeah. All right, guys,
We're going on 3.
Keep going. Keep going. Any questions on Bollinger Bands? You guys got a pretty good understanding on how that works?
Yeah.
All right, my man, my man. That's what I like to hear. Let me see. We got. I mean, let me throw one more in there. I think I could throw one more in here. Yeah, let me throw one more in here. I'll throw in. Let me throw in the super trends. All right, I'll throw in the super trend for you guys, and then again, the next class I'll do in a few weeks, like 2 weeks. I'll do some more indicators for you guys. All right, which one is the super trends? Let's go over super trends, man. Super trends, super trends.
Doing copy trading, but now seeing it because I've been seeing these things for months, right? But now that I'm sitting here watching you explain it, I'm like, oh, cool. That's what the hell it does. Like,
oh, dude, that whole copy trading shit, I told you, man, I'm not big on it. Like, when I do it with you guys, and again, give me some time on it. I just want to make sure the server is like running good and my trades are still there. I'm gonna do it for fun, man. Like, I'm gonna do it to have fun with you guys. I'm gonna create an account. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, man. Put like $100. You know, I'm gonna throw in 100 and be willing to lose it, right? And if we don't lose it, let's see how far we can take it. You know, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna have fun with it because again, last time I tried to do it, I didn't have fun with it. You know, and I think I've told that story a few times. Like, it wasn't fun for me when I tried to do copy trading. You know, I wasn't doing my theory trades. I wasn't trading for fun. When I throw good trades out to you guys, it's because I'm having a good time and I'm looking at this, joking with you guys, having fun. You know, good vibes, man. Like, good mentality, good trades come out. When I'm copy trading, it felt like a job. Like, oh shit, Kenny, if you do a bad trade, these guys are gonna fucking hate you, and you know they're gonna think that you're shit because their money's not going up. And I've heard it all. I've seen it, man. I was in one server where this one kid was doing amazing, man. I forgot his name. I think it was like Chicken or some shit or whatever. You know, he was doing amazing, right? He was their in-house analyst, was killing it every day, putting out bomb fucking trades, man. The minute he took the pressure on copy trading, his trading went to shit, man. And the members let him have it, dude. And I didn't like that shit, man. Like, they were like, oh, you know, mind you, before that, they were kissing his ass. Oh, Chicken, we fucking love you, man. Keep throwing out those banging trades. And they were loving him. And the minute he did copy trading, his first trade didn't go well. He averaged down 5 times, took out everybody's account. Everybody cursed him the fuck out. They were like, oh, fuck that guy. He's an asshole. And he was a kid, man. He was a kid. And I told everybody in that chat, I'm like, you guys are fucking wrong because you guys are putting your money and trusting a kid, you know, with copy trading. This is why I don't like copy trading for you guys because you guys don't know who you're following, right? You don't know who you're following on the next you know, on the other side of that phone. At least here, if we're doing it with us, hey Kenny, why did you get on that copy trade? Well, listen, guys, boom, this is why I did this one. And again, if I do copy trading, I'm not gonna announce it on my channels. It's gonna be just personal, us having fun with copy trading, right? And I'll tell you guys, and I'll do a separate channel, guys. This is why I got on. Boom, boom, boom. When you're following somebody in copy trading, you don't know what the fuck they're doing. You don't know if they have any plans on averaging down. They might have went in like the first time, but then averaged down 5 times, and there goes your account. And if you're following 3, 4 guys at one time, then each one is draining your account, and you don't know, you know, like it's dangerous, bro. Like, I'm telling you guys straight up with all love, to, you know, like it's not something I look forward to doing because I haven't seen or heard any good news on anybody doing copy trading. Again, I haven't been approached by members like, oh shit, Kenny, dude, yo, I've been following copy trading for the last 3 months, and holy shit, dude, my fucking account is tripled. I haven't heard that story yet. You know what I have heard? Oh my god, dude, Kenny, what should I do, man? This guy opened up this fucking trade. He put in half the fucking port. You know, I'm down like 100%. What should I do? I've heard that.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
You don't know what to do. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Dude, you don't know what that person, even the regular trades that we get from David and all these other analysts, they tell you what they're doing on the channel. Guys, I'm looking at this. These are my TPs. Gives you an idea of what you should be looking at, right? Because again, just because we put out calls doesn't mean you guys have to follow us to the T. I still want you guys to do, you know, your TA on any calls that I throw, or any calls that David throws, or any calls that AR throws. It doesn't matter. Do your TA on it because you might catch something that they missed. And that's happened to me. I've been, you know, written by members once that I threw out a trade right at resistance, and I didn't see it. I was anticipating a breakout, and he showed me. He's like, Kenny, put it on a bigger time frame, on a monthly chart. He's like, Kenny, look at that strong double bottom, bro. I mean, that double top. And I was like, holy shit. And next thing you know, boom, his stop loss, tore down, went even further. Like, again, just because these guys put out these calls, you guys do your TA on it, and you might be able to catch one better entries. How many of the times I don't say that in my chats? I'm like, holy shit, man, how do you guys get better entries than me after I put out my trades? Why? Because some of you guys are more patient. Some of you guys have better eyes than I do, and you catch a better entry than I do. Patience, right? TA, learning your stuff, learning what you're doing. Not just gambling and throwing your money into anybody that says, hey, guys, fucking BTC looks great from here. Let's fucking long it full port, right? Like, you don't want to lose your money, man, guys. You want to protect your money as much as you can. Copy trading, to each his own. I'm not gonna not have it in this server because it's a high on demand, right? Everybody wants it, everybody wants it, and again, it's just one of those things. Everybody wants it because it's popular, but I haven't heard any good stories, man, honestly, and so I don't.
I don't.
Right? Like, it's just, I'd rather teach you guys how to do this a million times and do classes 2 to 3 fucking hours a day. So until you guys get this, until you guys get, the things that I'm seeing and get it for yourself, than to have you guys do my trades every day, Jump on it. Yeah, let's have fun. And but I want you guys to learn how to do this shit yourself, man. Like, it's more gratifying, fine, it's fun to get on a Kenny call, right? And it's fun, and we all have a good time in the chats. But how satisfying is it when you make your own trade and then you post it on Show Me Your Gains, and everybody's like, oh shit, who's that? Oh shit, look at A Game throwing, 3 bangers. Oh shit, look at Audrius Tech hitting fucking 300% calls. He doesn't follow anybody call. He does his own stuff, man. He's a big boy, man. He learned what he had to learn, and he has a great system going, So that's my goal for you guys, man, is to be able to do this by yourself, and this is why, again, we're going to continue having these classes. We're going to continue bringing in different traders so you guys could pick apart, learn different strategies, and eventually everybody here is going to do their own shit, man. That's it. Like, if you want to just follow calls, again, I'm not going to knock anybody for it. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend. Like, it's a great way to start. Everybody started. I started following Conduit's calls when I first started trading, and I cursed him out twice after him throwing a shit trade because I thought I knew everything. I'm like, hell, what are we gonna? Yo, dude, I got the message and everything. I'll show you guys, man. It was funny as shit, man. I still have to. I saved it because of that, because now I know Conduit for like 2 years. He's a good friend of mine. And every time I look at it, I'm like, dude, you remember that time I cursed you out? Because, he bought our resistance and I lost like 200%. But mind you, I cursed him out because I full ported it, right? Because I thought I was cool and he was the man and he's supposed to hit everything that he throws out. Now I see what he goes through because I get that sometimes. I get cursed out in some servers. I argued with somebody the other day because the guy was a fucking douche, Like, it happens, I can't always control my anger. I gotta let that shit out sometimes when people are talking shit, but I'm not one to hold my tongue for anybody. And I teach my kids that. Defend yourself, defend yourself, defend yourself. Don't let anybody bully you, right? I don't care who you are, man. You're not gonna talk shit to me when I'm, trying to help you guys here, right? So it's one of those things, man. But I'm telling you guys, man, TA is it, practicing, saving your money, protecting your money at that until you find a good strategy, until you're seeing this resistance a lot better, you're seeing identifying support better. You guys, every time you see something, just fucking draw it, man. Just draw it. That way you can train your eyes. It doesn't matter if it was a year ago, right? If you're drawing back here because it was a year ago, but you're still identifying things and trends, do it, because all you're doing is training your eyes, right? You want to train your eyes. This is why I tell you guys, it's good to trade every day, right? Because yeah, it trains your eyes, but eventually it gets to a point where it's too much, and then too much work on this can throw you off, dude. I've gone days and nights trading and looking at charts and looking and training my eyes because I want to master this shit to the best of my ability, and then I'm putting out trades and they're not going for me. Why? Because I'm just so fucking tired and my eyes need a break that, so you got to give yourselves a break sometimes, right? Like trading is, the beauty about crypto, and I had a talk with somebody on Instagram today about that, is that we can do it whenever we want, right? This is why I switched over to crypto from stocks and options, because it gives me that ability to do these drawings and train my eyes 24 hours a day, man. And I'm a busy guy. I have my family, my kids that I still got to take care of and support. So, I don't have the time that I want to train, right? Like, I don't have all the time I want to look at these charts, but if I want to, I just got to pick up my phone, look at a Bitcoin or any one of these, and I'll see candles that are moving nonstop. That was the problem with stocks and options, is that it stops. It closes at a certain time. It's not open on the weekends. So I can't train on that shit, man. The weekends is the time that I have the most free time. That's when I'm looking at charts, right? That's when I'm training my eyes and looking at charts. Throughout the weekdays, same thing. I'm looking for patterns, right? I think the minute I threw this trade out, Astro was like, holy shit, Kenny, I think you caught a triple bottom. Well, yes, the fuck, he was right. 1, 2, 3. Triple bottom. Performance, right? So do the work, guys. Put in the work. I'm here to help you guys. You guys are family here, man. Like I told you, this is going to be a family of traders that we're going to build here, of friends. We're going to be here, support each other through our worst times. We're never going to bash you guys or for doing a mistake. Like, as long as you're not doing the same mistake over and over, you guys see me, man. I'm not going to hold my tongue, man. If I see you making the same mistake, I'm going to ride your ass. I don't want you doing that mistake. So I'm going to put you on the spot until you stop making that mistake, because, those are the things that messes up as traders, is making the same mistake over and over. If we know that not putting a stop loss can be detrimental to your portfolio and you're still not doing it, then you're asking for trouble, right? At that point, it's like, all right, now you're just being a hard-headed ass. If we're telling you, guys, no matter what, I don't care how good your TA is, and I don't care if AR hit his last 100 for 100 and you're on his 101th call because you decided to try him. It might not work. It might be that one trade that fucks up and you're here, full porting and not listening, man. Like, we're here to help you guys, especially me, man. Again, this is why I built this server. I wanted to help you guys personally, not jump from 50 servers to 50 servers. I wanted to get everybody that's always shows me that they want this, that's always DMing me and that's always like, hey, Kenny, dude, great trade. How do you do this? The eager people, I wanted them all here in this chat, and I can see it from you guys. This is always the same faces I see on these videos and these classes. And those are the guys that I tell you that want this, that are hungry for this. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep showing you guys what I've learned the past few years that has helped me get better and better and better at this, And you guys look at my numbers, man. I don't bullshit, I'm not a 14-year-old kid trading. I'm a fucking 36-year-old man. I don't have to lie to you guys, man. Every trade I've ever put out, it's in my trading log, It's there for you guys to see, right? Any trades that I'm on, I open chat. Hey, Kenny, what's up with this trade? But don't ask me that other one. What is it? What's the one, the question I always say? Hey, should we get in this trade when it's been 20 minutes? I hate that question, guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I hate posting a trade and being asked 20, 30 minutes later, hey, should I still get on this trade? Because to me, it's like, you're trying to rush it. You're trying to chase something, right? I'm always going to tell you never to chase, right? If we're already throughout the call 30 minutes later, and whether it's down or not, or whether it's up, it doesn't matter. It's already throughout, right? Like, let it go. And I say it for that because I want you guys to get in the habit of, you know what? Hey, I didn't get to get on that call. Fuck it. I'll wait for the next one. It's not that big a deal, right? Like, if you miss a call, there's always calls, man. Always, every day. One thing I'm building with this server, and I'll tell you this much, guys, and then I'll let it go, is being in all these other 50 servers, I've seen what works, what doesn't, right? A lot of them have a shitload of analysts, but they're not consistent. They barely make any calls, right? I'm scouting all these servers, man. Everyone that I'm in, even ones that I get invited to, I'm looking for the most consistent analysts with good trades, Like, again, we just added that dude 10th time, right? I've seen him in another server kicking ass, man, making consistent trades, and he's super new, right? He's only in that server. He has, I think, about 5 months trading. Again, I'll put it all, have him do a description bio for you guys, and so you guys can read his story or whatever. But he's pretty good, man. Damn, my wife is calling. Hold on. He's pretty good. And I've seen him make consistent calls. You know, this is why the minute, you know, I wrote him, I was like, dude, you know, I like your style. Like, I want to give you a shot, man. I want to bring you in here. And he was all for it, man. You know, he's all for it. He loves to trade. So I want you guys to see what he can do. I want to see. Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. I think my wife just said, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I think I gotta leave, guys. I gotta go pick up my son. I'll leave it at this. Damn, she
One
just
more
texted.
hour. One more hour.
No. She just texted me right now. She's like, "Hey, are you with?" And my son gets out of daycare in like 20 minutes, so I have to run because I thought she was gonna come get him. Shit. But I'll leave it at this. I'll leave it at this. I'm looking for that, guys. I'm looking for consistent traders. You know, as much as I love Conduit and Master J and all these other guys, that to me are goats, man. I love those guys. But, you know, they barely throw out calls, man. I'm looking for guys like me, like David, like AR, that can consistently give you guys day-to-day calls and make good calls and make you guys money, right? And again, just because they throw out even 2-3 trades a day doesn't mean you have to take all 2 or 3. You know, this is why these classes come in handy, because then you can identify and pick which one you want to go with, right? Doesn't have to be that you have to get on all 3. No, you pick and choose. You know, now you know how to identify support and resistance and trend lines. So if David throws a long here, you know, you don't want to get on it because it's at resistance, right? And it's showing that it's having a rejection off a trend line resistance. So then you'll wait. Oh shit, maybe he gets a nice bounce here. Now I'll get in. So mind you, David's long over here, you get a long here, and all of a sudden it picks up because you have a trend line here, and it's showing you that it's a support. You know, that's what I want to teach you guys. Now, guys, I am sorry I have to cut out right now because my wife just, like I said, just texted me, and I fucking have a feeling that she didn't pick him up. Now I have to run. But any questions you guys have, just please DM me or put it in the chat. This recording, I'll have it up by tonight or tomorrow. For anybody who missed the first half, been out here for like 2 hours. Again,
When are you
guys,
gonna have the recording up?
and in our YouTube channel, go down. If you go down to TA, the section TA, and if you go to recorded live sessions, every time we post one up in YouTube, it goes straight there, and it'll show you that it's uploaded already.
Cool, man. Thank you very much, Kenny. You were very good at explaining that, man. And go pick up your boy, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love you guys, man. Have a good night. Be safe with these trades. Again, look at Bitcoin right now. We're at some resistance. So, you know, it's also holding, it's boxing in right here. So just keep that in mind. You know, watch your longs, watch your shorts at this point. And again, any questions you guys have, just DM me or throw it in the chat and I'll check it later, guys. Let me run, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you,
Much
Kenny.
love.
All right.
Appreciate
Much love.
it,
Much
man.
love, guys. Much love, man. Take care. Jesus.